Bless up my brothers, my peace, and my sisters. We over by 2nd Avenue and East 57th Street, waiting for the bm5. Yeah, I'm waiting for the 5. I'm getting off at Woodhaven and Metropolitan actually to catch the So I'm gonna catch the Q54 from there. So we're gonna finish up my shift. So we waiting for the bm5. Supposed to get here at 9:47. So waiting for 5, and then I'm getting the 5, getting into Queens. And listen, it's a great day to be here to kind of talk to you guys about what we're going to be doing here. So I took the 5 from 34th Street, so I'm over at 2nd Avenue waiting for it so I could stay at the point of the line to get to the bus stop. So I got to the bus stop an hour early, and I started at 42nd Street, Grand Central. I put $20 on my Metro card, and let's do it. So this is a work that I do, you feel me? This is what we do for mental health. It's kind of like do something to explore the city and the way of thinking, you know? I just gave a homeless guy $2 because if it wasn't for me getting a job and I work camera work and whatever like that and making money on my own terms, I would have been ended up on the streets begging too. And I said I was raised to help a person who's in need because my mother always taught me, I love you, mama. I'm at work, yeah. My mom's always taught me to always help a person out in need because if it wasn't for the Yahweh, power of Yahweh, we wouldn't be on this earth. You feel me? We wouldn't be on this earth, living it, whatever. You feel me? So I just gave the guy $2, and I helped the young boy out at the store. He didn't have money to pay for his juice, and I took off $5, and I helped pay for his meal because if it wasn't for me, I was just like the little kid when I was trying to make something of myself and shit like that. And growing up as a kid, I never used to have much, I never used to could afford pants like these, Jordans like these, jacket like this, phone like that. And let me tell you how much is my phone. I'm going to show you the phone I got. I got the 16E, right? And my phone cost about $400. Yeah. And that was my Christmas gift from my mother. I didn't want, listen, my mom worked so hard to put food on the table for me and her. You feel me? I work hard too, But at that day, as a person was told you, the kindness of the world always have a right of coming back to you, and whatever kindness you do for a person, you're gonna receive it twice more than how much you get from that kindness. You feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like all the stuff that we do out in the world, it's gonna always have a right of coming back because certain people, one of these days, you're going to look back and say, listen, I should have helped a brother or a sister out. I should have been able to help somebody who's in need. Because I saw him, I said, I would not do that to you, bro. I had the $2 and I said I was going to use it for something else. I said, no, let me give the $2 to somebody who needs it. Because at the end of the day, if a person might need the money and you thinking, oh, that person might need the bread and whatever like that, I would have been broke and said I had a last $2. I would have not spent the money. I would have just gave it to somebody who's in need of the money. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's not okay for you to feel like things are not gonna go your way. Things are not gonna happen in a very good term. I just feel like a lot of people don't realize that the kindness of the world have a way of doing good for somebody. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna feel like all hope is gone and my mind is right up and all that is going on for me. But I think that in my life is about understanding the importance of giving. And the thing about giving is that there's a way to give and there's a way to receive it. You feel me? And I tell people it's better to give and receive because if you don't give something in need, you ain't gonna have it. That's the bus right there. Hold on. That's a bus right there. You know that, right? I'm not taking that though. That's a bus right there. So yeah, so I gotta get my blessing the way how I wanted to get because I feel like in the world we go through and how we get there is a present world, And I tell people sometimes we just have to figure out what it is that you have to be blessed with, because later on in life when you grow up, you're gonna teach your children this because your children will understand that. When you go out in the world, you gotta know when you work and a person is homeless and they need some help, you gotta know to give back because at the end of the day, I could go out in the community and give back to my community. And this is what basketball wellness is about, is giving back to my community. So what I'm doing is I'm opening up a wellness center where homeless people. They're gonna get detox, change their clothes. They're gonna play some sports. They're gonna learn how to do certain things. And I just feel like a lot of people have a lot of people in this world have a lot of things to be thankful for. And if you're thankful for something, you gotta give back to a person that's gonna be willing to be grateful for something in life, man. You know, because sometimes it could be you out there, and you could be you 7 minutes. You could be out there asking yourself, how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna get to that position? Because somebody will tell you, a person will tell you, if I give back to a person right here, I will understand what it is to give back. You feel me? Because it would have been me. You know, I'm getting there at 10:20 actually. Yeah, 10:20, 10:17 actually. No, yeah, 10:20. So we over here. So that's not my bus. No, that's not my bus. No. Oh, because the bus was behind him. That's the reason why he did that. They're not prepared for that storm yet because the bus is supposed to have the chains on it, but they're not prepared for it until Sunday. I'm waiting for the 5. Let me see. If the 5 don't pull up, I'm gonna have to take the other bus to go down the other side. So if the 5 don't pull up, I gotta wait for another bus. So let's go. Yeah. So yeah. So you gotta give the way how you give and whatever. I just feel like we have a lot of stuff to be thankful and grateful for. But at the end of the day, I got able to give to what I'm supposed to be giving to, because if it wasn't me, if it wasn't somebody who's trying to get saved, whatever, I ain't trying to get saved, whatever. But I tell people I'm not here to save people's life. I'm not here to save a person's life. I'm not here to save a young brother or young sister's life. I'm here to encourage you to help out a person who's in need. Because if it was me, I would say, all right, I'm gonna give. But sometimes it's hard. It's not easy. You talk about it's hard for you to give. It's not easy for you to give and then it's receiving it. You feel me? But it's easy for you to understand the purpose of giving, because it's like, think about your life. Think about how you feel about a person's lifestyle. Think about that. I think that in life we all have a purpose in life to give. And at the end of the day, we could give a person in a culture's matter, but sometimes your relationship and your culture's matter comes to what do you call it? It comes to a understanding of what the principles is. It's all about the principles. You feel me? So that's the reason why we have to do what we can. So if the bus don't come, I probably have to wait for another day to do this, but we're waiting for it. Let's just wait for it in peace, and then let's see how it goes, you know? Yeah, so we're trying to wait for it in peace, so let's see how it goes. So we're on 2nd Avenue, 57th Street, waiting for this bus. So let's see how it goes, and let's see if it's going to come, because it says it's supposed to be here in the schedule to leave in 5 minutes, so let's see. All right, guys, we here, and we're gonna make this work. We're going to make it happen. So let's go get this money, and we're going to make this improvement, all right? Adios, amigos.